And it's based off other people's perceptions and other people's complaints. Because at any point in time, and this is why I'm a huge advocate for boundaries and consent forms, and even talking about boundaries and consent on camera before shooting a scene, because at any point in time, it's he said, she said. And people can get fucking ruined. And in my industry, it's on camera. We had sex. There is evidence. No matter what you do, there is evidence. And so if I'm going to say, nope, he did something I didn't like and didn't want or didn't whatever, I could fuck you up in a fucking instant.
Well, and also the thing is, like, it couldn't be someone not reading the room properly if it's not clearly spelled out instead of, a malicious thing. It was just like, oh, shit, I thought you were into this and you very much weren't.
I was a coach in a coaching program for a hot minute there for OnlyFans girls. And so it was the new girls coming in. And a lot of the girls are still stuck in the social stigma of talking about, even though we're all show our assholes on the fucking internet, but having a conversation about sex and healthy sexual boundaries is very hard for a lot of people.
Well, because there's a disconnect when there's a screen between you and the other person. There's such a big difference between an actual in-person, like, oh, is this going to make it awkward? Are we going to have a bad scene? Because, like, no.
Right.
That's not how it's supposed to be.
And just communicate. So, I'll make the new girls sit around a circle. It's like, okay, everyone talk about your boundaries and what you want and what you don't like. And let's talk about this. And everyone, majority, 95% of the brand new girls that come to any of my events would be like, no anal and don't pull my hair because it's expensive and fake. Cool. But are you okay with someone slapping you in the face? Are you okay with someone spitting on you? Are you okay with someone calling you a cunt? Are you okay with this? Are you okay with that? And they're like, oh.
Yeah, and also, with the slap, how hard are you okay?
Right, exactly. Like those things, a lot of the boundaries, people don't even recognize that they're okay or not okay with things until you're like, why would you call me a cunt? And I was like, because
it felt good in the moment.
Right. Or, like, I know some of my dudes love when girls get called cunts. Like, and are you going to be okay with that? Will I, if you say no, it's no skin. Like, do I get enjoyment after calling some girl cunt? No, I don't give a shit. Like, I'll call you whatever you want me to call you. It's no qualms for me, but some guys are into that. And I know some guys are into that.
Yeah, some guys are, because some guys will never get the opportunity to have that in a consensual fashion ever.
Right.
So that's part of the fantasy they're paying for.
Right, exactly. And so if you feed into those fantasies and, like, certain platforms, not OnlyFans, but like Fansly and ManyVids, there is the P content. So are you okay with you getting pissed on? Or are you going to piss on someone else? Like, walking through all those boundaries, and they're like, oh, gross. Why would you even talk about that shit? But
because there's a market for it.
Right. And if we don't talk about these things, we will never know. And being
well, and you may show up on a fucking set uninformed on what you're showing up for. And that's one of the biggest problems in the fucking industry together is people are just, especially when they're starting off, very enthusiastic and not doing the due diligence that they need to fucking do. They're just like, oh, this person's established, I'm going to do the thing.
Right.
It's like, oh, you probably should look at facial abuse before you sign up for a facial abuse scene.
Yep. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of very much naive people. So girls getting into the industry, they're beautiful, they do good work, and they have good potential, and they can get there. But I don't want them to get into a scene and then completely back out and withdraw from the community because they're like, I feel violated, I feel whatever. And there is also people within this industry that don't always give the best advice. And so
no. Oh, I talk about this all the time. Because especially on the mainstream side of things, there is no porno 101.
No.
It is literally about who you fall in with.
Right.
And sometimes you fall in with people that do not give you good advice and intentionally don't give you good advice. Because something's wrong with them.
Or there is
insecurity.
My thoughts in this industry is there is so much money to be made. There is so much money to be made that even if you are a girl that looks similar to me, we are not in competition because we both respond and talk to dudes differently. We both have different past experiences. We don't produce the same content and we are not the same person. And so somebody on your page might not spend a fucking dime. They might be a freeloader and you kind of wrote him off, but he comes to my page and he is all about me for whatever reason and is a whale on my page and spends a shit ton of money. And so people get this like hoarding behavior that they want to hoard all their fans and they don't want you in it. So they're going to give you bad behavior. So my whale is not going to come to you and don't realize the ebb and flow of this industry. And so I think that's part of it too, is people intentionally sabotage you.
Oh yeah. Well, and it goes back to the days of like studio work where like there's only so many gigs.
Right.
And oh my God, you're a new girl that looks somewhat like me. Right. You may get booked over me.
Right. Right. And that is definitely part of it. But there is so much money to be made and so much money to be had, but it takes effort.
This is more of a marketing job than it is a sex job.
100%. And girls don't realize it. The amount of girls that have come to me like, teach me everything you know, teach me. And I'm like, okay. I'm putting in 18 hours a day. And they're like, why the fuck would you do that? You just flash your titties and make $1 million. And I was like, girl, good girl.
If you can have the best product in the world, and if no one knows about it, it does not matter.
It doesn't exist.
And OnlyFans doesn't promote new models.
Nope.
The discoverability on OnlyFans is shit.
It's non-existent, pretty much. OnlyFans TV is starting to increase that. I'm not on OnlyFans TV because...
But you have to do safe for work stuff on OFT.
Yeah. And so is it worth it or not? I don't know.
Well, and it's one of those things like there's a lot of parallels between podcasting and OF.
Right.
It's like zero barrier of entry.
Right.
A lot of saturated fucking marketplace.
Yep.
How do you stand out from the noise?
Right. 100%. And that is the catch-22 because how many fucking girls are there? There's millions.
There are, last I looked, over 2 million creator accounts on OF.
Yep. And then the average
is $160 a month.
Yep. Most girls aren't millionaires making OnlyFans money, but some girls are.
Well, it's like every other form of entertainment.
Right. And it takes time to build it, except for unless you do it backwards, like I did. I had a social media following first, and then I opened an OnlyFans.
But that's also modern entertainment.
Right.
How many YouTubers or TikTokers are being offered mainstream film roles just because of the audience they bring?
Right.
Or how many musicians are getting signed to major labels because they already have a social media following?
Yep.
That's just the path of modern entertainment.
Yep.
Why would anyone, I mean, you're self-produced in this situation, but why would anyone with any money want to invest in something that
they don't know if it's going to work?
They don't know if it's going to work versus someone, oh, you have a built-in audience.
Right.
We have to do less marketing for a bigger return on our money.
Right. But it was crazy. When I officially actually went and announced I had an OnlyFans page, I went from making, I think it was like $1 to $2 grand a month at that time. And then I'm like, hey guys, I'm ready. My big reveal. I got an OnlyFans page. And I went from making $1 to $2 grand a month to 30,000. I felt like I robbed a goddamn bank. And I was like, in a month, 30,000 a month. I was like, oh my God. As a social worker, I was making fucking like $70,000 to $80,000 a year, and then I made $30,000 in a month. I was like, "What the actual? This has to be a mistake."
How do I shelter this?
Right? It's every day I'd like squirrel it out and put it away and whatever, and like I was like, I don't even.
But that's also smart because there's no guarantees that you'll make $30,000 next month. There's no guarantee you'll make $30,000 a month a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now.
Exactly, and my thought is like, okay, I'm. They're excited because I am like, I don't want to say, I have this large following on TikTok. They're just excited because I just announced it. And then next month, it's not going to be like this, but this month, it has kept up over time and things have been good. But
and that's awesome.
Right. My content's definitely adapted and changed over time as well, though. So
it has to.
It does.
If it was the same thing week in, week out, people are going to stop turning in.
Right.
I've already seen that. That's not novel.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I spend my money on something that I've already fucking seen? You could have a favorite movie. You're not going to watch it every fucking day.
Well, and you only can do so many things. And yeah. So it started, my content started out was like solo content when I was doing it in secret. And then it was solo and girl content. And then I dated this prison guard for a while, which is, again, another bad taste in men.
So on the level of toxic dick, how toxic was that dick?
He was still in love with his ex-wife and filmed with me in secret, and which you can't do when you're a federal prison guard. And
I don't think you can do it in public either.
I mean, we did a lot of car shit, but
I'm just saying, I don't think you can really disclose that one to the federal government so much.
No, yeah, no. A lot of businesses now make you sign things saying you're not going to do OnlyFans.